Hi you guys, well back out again, and I'll tell you what, it's lovely to be back out. It's been a while, ain't it? But I've not done one for a while. I did fish. Last time I went fishing was autumn, and I fished Carliac, and I didn't catch. I thought I won't put that one on, but you know, I stayed about half a day, something like that. But that was the last time. With the conditions and the river being up, you know, and the frost and that, like, you know, it's been a bit difficult to get out. But it's highs of 10 degrees today. It's warmed up a bit. It's about 9 o'clock now. Just got down here, just going to set the downstream rod up, and hopefully it should be a pleasant fishing day. And but what I liked this morning is that it's nice and dry. There's no dew, there's no moisture in the air, so it's pretty dry. The river is about just under a metre up, so it's looking good. And I'm going to enjoy this session and have a good morning into afternoon. So just going to set this one up, and I'll see you in a bit. What I've gone on to start with just today, just to start this morning's session, is a garlic boilie on a size 10 hook. Again, the just under a 2.5 foot free hook length, a little lead. And what I've got is I've got some pellets mixed up with a bit of ground bait in some PVA bags, and I'm just going to put them on the hook just to get me fishing. The upstream rod, that's exactly the same. So both rods are going to be on that. But what I've got a little bit of all sorts: boilies, ground bait, tuna boilies, garlic boilies, basically just what I've had left over the seasons. And when I've stuck to one bait, the other stuff's just been left on the shelf. So I've got a bit of all sorts to try and to use them up. But I've got garlic and cheese in answer, pellet and ground bait in answer. I've got that. I've not used that for a while. Well, I think I used it once. So I brought my garlic boilies, and I'm just going to use these PVA bags, mesh bags that I've made up ages ago, and I'm just going to put that on there just for some traction, really. And like I said, just to use what I've got up, and get set up, have a cup of coffee, and then think about my plan, and dropping some feeders in upstream, about a third of the length out, get some feeding, and get it fed up a bit better. You'll have to excuse me, I'm a bit rusty. As soon as that camera comes on, well, today. Certainly nice to be back down here, guys. On the way down here on the Bridge North Road, I could smell the fresh air, the grass in the fields and the meadows. And like I say, it's a nice and dryish morning, so the banks are nice and grippy. And so still a bit early. Everything's just waking up. Bit overcast, cloudy. But as we get into midday, the sun should come out. Should get a bit of a sun on us. But it's quite pleasant, and it's quite warm for February, so it's a nice time to be back out. Yeah, so what I've got, guys, is a mix of all sorts today. So I've got to try and do it so I'm fishing and feeding a nice pattern garlic on the one, and maybe pellet on the downstream rod. But I've got some cheesy garlic boilies. I've got some cheesy garlic that's been glugged in that dip. I've got some robin red ground bait, which I'm going to mix up in a minute. I've got a few pellets that I'm going to use up, just the last few in there. My feeders, and then I've got some of these that I've not used. I want to use these up. These have been in here for a while, and I want to use, like I says, incorporate this into my feeder mix and my PVA bags, just to try and get some nice attraction into the swim as well. So what I'm going to do first, get all this crap out and start mixing my ground bait. A few pellets, the rest of the pellets, a few chopped up boilies, cheesy garlic, and a few pellets, and see how we get on. Downstream rod, just on a flat core and feeder, and I've put the ground bait in there, and I've filled that up with goo, that cheesy garlic liquid. So that's gonna ooze out with the ground bait and the that liquid cheesy garlic. So that should be a high attraction. And then the boilie. Might put a bit on the boilie. There we go. So that's going to be should be high leakage. So if that don't wake Mr. Barbel up, they must be fast asleep. So again, yeah, the main components this morning is my robin red ground bait, chopped up them boilies, cheesy garlic that's been soaking, and then this, which I'm going to be putting in the feeders and some of the PVA bags that I've mixed up. So I'll probably use all that just to get rid of it, buy some more next season. So I'm just using a few things up. The rest of my boilies, the ground bait, the pellets, and they can have a bit of a feed today, little and often, with some high traction from the liquid. So let's see if we can get one out. It definitely has warmed up, and a nice dry morning. So I've just put the ground bait in the feeder. I've just put the end of the spoon to make an hole. Just going to load that up. Cut both ends. Just starting to bleed out the bottom and the side. Nice bit of attraction. So that one's going on the upstream rod. I'm not sure where to place it yet because I want to try and get it a third away from them trees the other side of the bank, but it's just pulling it round downstream. So again, I might just put it just off the crease, because you got these branches here. You got the crease that's just coming off. So really, anywhere between that log and that crease really should be no worse than pulling it over there. So I might just keep it a ferning, but I think I might do that, to be honest. It's best to put it in a place where I know that I'm feeding it in more or less the same spot, and I'm building a better bait up, rather than trying to cast further and it's just pulling round all over the place. Obviously with the rivers, the further you cast, it's just getting it to hold bottom. So I shall concentrate on further the way out, and try and build a nice better bait up. Just going to put some more in the feeder and have another cast. But I forgot to give it in this swim till about 12 o'clock, and if nothing, I know there's a swim down there that's produced a few times. So just might give that a go. But still early, we're still in the game. Well, nothing yet, so I'm going to give it another 45 minutes. Then I'm going to try swim up there, which, like I said, I have caught a few before, but maybe it's still a little bit cold for February, and then they're just shoaled up in places and that like. But again, it's just nice to be back down here, and dry, warmish morning. So I thought I'd do a video, catch up. Not done one for ages, so I am still about, and that. So I plan to do about 2 before the close season next month. So probably come back down next week, and then I'll do one the last before the season ends. So I'll probably do another 2, hopefully, and get a few out. But but it's been a pleasant morning so far. Really nice. This section down here, because it's obviously it's the winter and there's no leaves, the vegetation and the trees looks like a tornado's been through here. You got the trees broke off, all broken and fell on the floor, and twigs and brambles and logs everywhere, and some plastic that's in the trees. I don't know what that plastic's off when it's always here, unless it's an haystack. But it's the same colour. It's all over on the trees. But yeah, like logs and not brambles, logs and just debris. It looks very odd. But in the summer, you won't see all that. It'll just be all nice and lush green. How it changes over the seasons. But, yeah. It's going a bit chilly now. Another layer on, sitting here. It is 25 to 12, so I might think about moving in a minute. I don't want to move just upstream the next swim, but it's still overcast and the sun's not come out. So the temperature is still quite low. Well, it's 9 degrees. Well, as I've sat here, it's got colder. So I'll be glad in the mood to warm up as well. But it's trying to come out. It's just that overcast. I don't think it's going to come out. So the only other option now is just up in that new peg. But I've casted downstream my ground bait, my garlic and cheese attractor. Upstream, just off that crease. Can't do any more. So it looks like they might have a shoaled up in another area. But just now having it in this swim. Like I say, it's probably a little bit cold, but still nice to be out and just trying regardless. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit if I don't catch anything here in the next one. So I've just moved pegs and downstream rod, that's not set up yet. I've just set up the left hand rod upstream and just fishing by some anchor hanging over trees just upstream. I've put a lead on at one of them PVA bags and I've soaked that with cheesy garlic dip. I've actually squirted some of that dip into the river as well, just in the slacks, just to try and get some extra attraction. So I'm just going to sit on that now and have a couple of hours in this peg. Still overcast, and so see if that entices them out, and I'll get a bite. Same as the upstream rod. I've just got PVA bag. I'll put the that liquid on it again, and that's just on a pellet and just the lead, and I'm just going to cast that downstream. So I've got the extra one out. Well, it's about 2:15 now, guys. Still overcast, but the sun might come through the clouds in a bit. There's a few first clear blue skies there that I've seen, so that's promising. But I have actually swapped and gone on light tackle. The well, the lightest hook length I've got is 6.4 pounds, so that's tied a new one up, so that's 6.4 pounds. I mean, the river is coloured, but it, you know, I thought, well, I'll scale down, and I've got a tiny hook. I've got these pelletos, and you've got 8mm, and you've got a small hook inside. And I'm just pulling these on. I'm using their hook, and it's got like a little bar at the end, a plastic stop. It comes with a tool. Comes with a little tool. You just put it on, put it through the bait, put it on the stop. Well, put it on the stop, push it through, and it just stays on nicely. So that's a very small hook, one that I don't normally use, but it comes with them. So there you go, nice and light. The lead, I haven't got any smaller leads, so that'll have to do. So I'm just going to cast that back out upstream again, and hopefully that sun comes out a bit and warms it up and they come on the feed. But other than that, if I don't catch, it's another blank again. Well, we'll just say it's a catch-up vid. Well guys, it looks like it's another blank again. But it's nice to be out. I've been saying that quite a bit in the last couple of episodes. But it's a catch-up vid. I've been out, and I'll probably will do about another couple before the season ends in March. And then the 3 months off, I plan to do a few more walking videos. So that'd be nice, and as the weather turns a bit warmer. But for me, I've been out a few times, not many times. The last time I went out was last autumn, and I fished Knoll Sands, Meadow 1 and 2, Cardiac Hill, and done a bit of video and some footage, but I didn't put it on. I might put it on after this, where you see me on the car park and I go down this steep hill and you see all the leaves and that, and the autumn colours. So I might put that on after this clip, and you know, so yeah, take a look at this clip. I'll put it on. You can definitely tell we're in the middle of autumn now. The leaves, the colours, really my favourite time of year. Last time, as you've seen, I fished the lower Severn, it was quite low. But since then, we've had some rain, and the river's come up a bit. But I'll talk more about that when I actually get to the river on my peg. But I am hoping to get one or a few out, but knowing my luck lately, but we'll see. But they call this Cardiac Hill, and yep, it is a steep hill. But if you take your time, well, for me it's manageable, but at least it's a nice, proper, steady path. and you know, you can maybe bring a barrow or the trolley, but it's just mainly from just about there, just this bit now, and this is where it gets quite steep, but it's just coming back where it gets a bit steep, and you can feel it on the knees. So yeah, that's Noel Sands. I was fishing in Meadow 1, so that's Cardiac Hill, but it is a decent footpath, but yeah, it is, like I said, it is, like you've seen, it is steep. But fished there a few times now, and I want to go back in the summer and fish there, because I've always fished cold weather, sort of in winter, and some of the banks can be a bit muddy and hard to get down, but so I want to have a go at that in the summer. So yeah, I'm going to keep fishing for about another half an hour, another hour, and probably pack up and try again next week or the week after, but definitely I'll do a video just coming up to the cloud season, and that's how it turns a bit warmer, and it warms up a bit. Seen about 3, 4, 5 now, 5 microlight planes going across, 2 helicopters, but other than them, it's been really nice and quiet down here. It's going cold now, guys. Oh god, that sun's not come out all day, it's just been overcast all day. I thought it would, but it ain't. So but yeah, that's it. So I'll see you on the next one before the close season. So thanks for watching. So until next time, top lines, just have the banks. I'll catch you later, guys. First bit of sun. Come out all day. 5 to 3. First bit of sun just over there. It's lighting up, as you can see all that pan.